Fucking hell. I just got done. It was me and like fucking five other people, six other people. It was kind of a shit show at first. Not on the shaman's part or even the facilities part, but one bitch, she got lost and so she wasn't on time. And then there was a place that I wanted to sit and I had like gotten cozy and ready and I was, you know, cozy and ready. And then all these other people showed up and they all happened to be friends, but one of them was late. So three of them sat together. And before their other friend showed up, one of them asked me if wouldn't mind moving so that they could sit with their friend. And I was like, initially I was annoyed. All right. I was just fucking annoyed. And then, cause no, I don't want to fucking move. I just got here. And I got here before everybody and I got here on time. And I just drove 3 hours from Orange County all the way to get here. Like, I was annoyed. And then nobody had their fucking paperwork done on time. Like, there's a whole fucking, like, I swear to God, like a 10-page medical and psych intake before even taking this stuff so they can evaluate whether or not you're good to go. And this one bitch, the one that was part of the friend group, not the one that was late, is like, hey, so I know I'm not supposed to be taking any psych meds or any antidepressants or mood stabilizers or anything like that. But I've been taking one of my medications all the way up until yesterday. You're not supposed to be taking any of these fucking meds for at least 30 days prior. And so there was all this confusion about whether or not she could even do the ceremony and all that shit. And again, I'm coming in with my initial self and reaction to everything, and I'm fucking annoyed. But I'm like trying to let it go. And just be like, you know what? Nobody fucking cares. You're not here for this. This is part of your test. This is part of why you're here. This is part of your anger issues and letting go and just getting the fuck over things much quicker. Let's close the gap between you getting fucking angry about something and the time that you can get back to being present with what the fuck it is we're doing here. So we do some sound work, harmonic resonance and things like that. It's very nice. Not a lot of drum work, thank God. They did use some drum work to get us in rhythm with like heartbeats and breathing, which was nice, but like fucking hell, if it was gonna be drums the whole time, there's no way I would have done it. And I'm glad that they didn't, because I've seen other places do that and it's fucking annoying. But the resonant stuff of all the bowls and glass bowls and metal bowls and things like that, where it's like mind you, we haven't even started doing anything yet. We're just getting into like meditative practices and breath work and this and that. We're just trying to get centered. It was nice. I started easing into it and I'm like, okay, cool. They're talking about the medicine and how we need to surrender ourselves to it. We have to let go in order for it to work. We have to truly surrender in order for it to work. Like the ego has to just let go. And I got to be honest, on that first round, I was holding on real fucking tight. Real tight. Because I went first. And on the first round, you're going to do about 25% of the full amount that you're going to do later. And this is just to get you introduced to the stuff, kind of get you familiar with it. I thought I was just going to like get a little bit of a head rush, maybe some like fucking fractals and geometric patterns and random visuals and shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I took this first hit full lungs, full fucking lungs. And I am just focusing on this pattern that's on the shaman's fucking shirt. And he's just like, just let it go, brother. Just let it go. Just surrender to the medicine. Let the medicine do the work. He's trying to guide me through it. He's trying to get me there. And I'm just like staring at his fucking shirt. And all of a sudden I am just taken away from all of reality. Everything I've ever fucking known, gone in an instant. And I could still feel myself sitting up. And I could still feel myself being fucking overwhelmed by the sheer amount of just information overload and sensory overload. I felt like I was being fucking almost waterboarded with hallucinogens. It wasn't unpleasant necessarily, but once I laid back and like laid my head down, because I could still feel my body sitting up, like I was still like somewhat present, you know. I mean, I couldn't see anything. There's nothing to see. Like there was visuals, sure, but like I couldn't see anything in my immediate surroundings. Like there's no shaman in front of me. There's no fucking hands. There's no wall. There's no bed. It's just fucking black and fractals and purples and blues and like just these. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just hard to explain. But it definitely was. It was a feeling mixed with visuals. I felt like I could feel what I was seeing, and I could see what I felt. It was fucking crazy, and it felt like quite a while. And I think it felt like a long time just because I didn't want to let go and I was stuck in that state. But goddamn, fuck, man, when I was under, I experienced a decent amount of like overwhelm and fear and anxiety. And again, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad necessarily. It was what I needed to go through in that moment. But like when I started to come out of it and like I started to see like my surroundings and like wake up, because it's a very overpowering drug. The drug acts instantly. We're talking like in a matter of fucking seconds, this shit just knocks all the dick you've ever had right in the fucking dirt. It makes you its bitch instantaneously. I tried to tell myself to let go, but anyways, when I came out of it, get off my fucking nuts, bro. So clearly my anger issues are still here. But goddamn, fuckface, like, you're driving a fucking 2-ton pickup truck. Get off my fucking nudicles. I'm not going to be reintroduced back into this world of love. Johnny fuckface over here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cuts in this video, for sure. So I'm coming to, and I'm like seeing these visuals and whatnot. And like, it was a lot more visual when I was coming out of it. Because there was something to focus on. And like, I could see reality now. And I could see people's faces. And I could see the people I was with. And I could see the girl that like I was fixated on. By the way, when I mean girl I was fixated on, she's one of the assistants. She's some older fucking hot, I don't know. She's not a fucking torta, but she's a fucking thick ass Latin bitch. Thick little fucking Aztec. I don't think Latin and Aztec. I don't know my shit. Leave me alone, okay? Fuck. Call me racist. I don't care. Anyways, this hot fucking chick, but I called her Mamalita. I don't know. She was just something I could anchor myself to. She felt, you know, very motherly, very caring, very sweet and kind. She was squishy. She was fucking stacked. Fucking stacked. She's got to be like in her mid to late 50s. Just a fucking... Ooh. So anyways, she was my anchor when I was coming out of it. And I mean, when I started coming out of it, that's when like the overwhelm really started to hit me. I started fucking crying my eyes out. I was thankful to be back in reality, back to where I was, because it was pretty terrifying. Not like a nightmare, just terrifying that like I got a fucking glimpse of what was about to really happen later when we do the full dose. And that glimpse was like, it was almost too, it was too much. It was fucking too much. It was too much for me. I got scared. I didn't want to do it. I felt like I can't do this. There's no way. This is too much. This is too much pain. This is too much trauma, because I went through so many like different emotions while I was under, in so many like instances of all these pains and traumas and instances in my life that were just a lot for me to go through. And yeah, I didn't think I could do it again. I didn't want to. I fucking didn't want to. I was so scared, and I felt so weak in that moment, and I felt like such a bitch, because I just, you know, I planned for this thing. I did this to get through being a bitch and getting through my trauma and to get through my fucking shit and to work it out. And I knew that like, okay, I'm very excited for this opportunity, but don't have any expectations. And I knew what I saw and I knew what I felt, and it just started preparing my mind for what I could expect if I went back in to the void. And I didn't like it. It hurt too much. It scared me. I was crying so hard. I couldn't stop, but when I was under, I could hear every little thing. I could hear them giving other people doses. I could hear the little pill box being opened up. I could hear the little jiggle of shit inside the pill box. I could hear every fucking single little sound around me, but like amplified, like as if I was like a fucking field mouse or whatever those mice are with it. I just felt like an attenuator or something. I could just hear everything so succinctly and perfectly and crystal clear and in ways that I've never heard sound before. Like, fuck me, the auditory sensations that Bufo provides is unfucking paralleled to anything I've ever experienced before. Like, fuck me running. If nothing else, the things you hear while you're under, like the voices speaking to you, the clicking of stuff around you, you don't know where, it's disorienting. I don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing. Like what, but it's okay. So I'm sitting there crying and I'm coming out of it and like, telling myself, I don't think I can do this while I'm still like visualizing stuff. I can like, her face is like looking like the frog that like is representative of the medicine that we took. So like it's a little distorted. The shaman came over and like looked me in the eyes and like was kind of like talking me back into reality a bit. And just looking into his eyes were making me uncomfortable. Not in a bad way, but just, you do something you're not familiar with like this for the first fucking time. It's the most powerful, one of the most powerful hallucinogens on the planet. I keep saying hallucinogen, but it's a psychedelic, whatever the fuck. It's one of the most powerful fucking journeys you can go on. And again, I only did 25%. And, everything was just, it was a lot. Fuck. I know I'm rambling, but like it was a lot. And so I'm just sitting there crying. When he laid me back down, I looked away, and that's when the tears really started to come on. And I just thought about like my mom and my trauma and like, okay, everybody's got trauma. I get it. Like we all have fucking trauma, but your experience is your experience and mine is mine. It's all deeply personal. It's not a fucking pissing contest. It's just, I'm in a bad line of cars that I should not be in. Give me a second. These guys are following way too closely behind each other. And Johnny Fuckface over there in the truck is following behind another car way too fucking close, like an asshole. I'm gonna distance myself between the general public on this road and in life. So, where was I? Oh man, it's getting fucking dark up in this bitch. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just because I have the brightness all the way down. All right, we don't need this anymore. Woo! Okay. So I'm sitting there crying and telling myself that I can't do this. There's no fucking way. I'm scared. I wanted to get up and walk outside. I wanted to back the fuck out. And as I'm coming to and I'm doing my thing, the shaman, has already gone down the line with somebody else and now is about to go give it to some other guy who's the third one in line, right? I did my trip and I came out of it before he got to the third person. Again, remember, it's the first 20, it's 25% of what I'm supposed to be doing. We do the little dose, then the big dose later. So as I'm finally like coherent enough to sit my fucking fat ass up, oh Jesus, to sit up and do my thing and actually like think straight and see straight and whatnot. And like, this is another part of like what scared me. So I'm going to bounce around a little bit on this video. Okay. So part of what scared me is like, and this is part of what also didn't want to like allow me to go back and do it again, was when the shaman went down to give it to this third person, big black dude, big fucking tall, must have been like 6'8", fucking 220 pounds, maybe more, probably like 250. I don't know. He's a fucking big dude. Shaman gives him his hit and he goes down and he immediately has a garbage fucking reaction. Like he immediately starts breathing fucking panicked, heavily, not feeling it, like not feeling good at all. And immediately I can hear the shaman go, get a bucket, go get a bucket. and like, because they have puke buckets, right? They do ayahuasca retreats and all kinds of shit. So people get sick. So this guy is like flailing around now, and he's like, why'd you do this? Why? Stop. And like, he goes, like, I can hear him throwing up in the bucket, but like a lot. And I'm like, I hear the shaman like saying, roll him over. And I'm like, I'm not fully in reality yet. Like, I'm coming out of it enough to know that like I'm back and I'll be fine. And now I'm past through it, but I'm still seeing shit. I'm still like feeling shit. Like, I am not in any way, shape, or form 100% completely ready to like help myself or really help others if this guy fucking loses his shit in an all out fucking hallucinogenic rage, which I've seen before. I've seen it before, but this guy took 3 people to hold him down, and he's puking, and he's trying to get up, and his legs are flailing, and he's puking some more. I mean, violently throwing up. And like trying to get up, like, no, like really not letting go, really not surrendering himself to the medicine. To be fair, you know, this group of people, a couple guys looked like they had been partying already all weekend. So like, I don't know if they were drinking the night before. I don't know if they were following protocol. None of them had filled out their fucking paperwork. So chances are they didn't follow any of the fucking orders that the shaman gave us. Like, you know, come there on an empty stomach. Don't eat any dirty food or any bullshit like in the week leading up to it. Like, all this fucking laundry list of shit. And they kind of look like they had been doing all of the shit leading up to it. So I'm like, well, fuck, man. Like, I hope not. But like, if so, bro, we fucking told you. So he's going through it bad. And like, he is not liking what's going on with him at all. And they have to pin him down, and he's getting up and like almost like pushing 2 full-grown sized adults off of him and then getting pinned back down to the bed. And not in a way that's like violent or like, they're just trying to keep his body in place because he could accidentally like flail and hurt others. And I see that like all of the pipes are in this fucking little box, which is the one that like we all get our individual doses, but he brings that box with him to each little bed that we're sitting on, which are on the floor. And this guy again is like 6'8", so his legs are flailing, he's starting to go, and I'm like, immediately Jordan kicked in, and I'm like, all right, bro, it's time. You've had your fucking time. Come back to reality. Let's fucking make this happen. So I got up, went over there, grabbed the pipes on the box. I slid them all the way back gently and without any noise, nice and calm. And then went over and I like got his puke bucket because he kicked it over after he had puked, I mean, so much. And it's all over his fucking pants and shit. I pull that away. Then I pull another pillow away that had his pipe on it with the torch. I pull that away. And look, there were assistants there, but like they were helping him. And in the moment, people weren't seeing this other stuff. And I'm just, you know, I'm Johnny on the spot. Just fucking get up and help and do the thing that you're seeing. Like, if you see something, fucking do something. So I did. And it made me feel really good about being there in that moment. And although I was scared, it made me feel good in that moment to be able to help and to not intervene, but just like do the thing that I know that I'm good at in that moment. And I think that is what kind of started to bring me back to reality in a way that made me feel a little bit better. But before that all happened, I truly did honestly get scared. Okay, by the way, he did calm down. He calmed down. He laid down. He surrendered. He started breathing a little less labored, and his arms just kind of fell to the side. And you know, he eventually was able to kind of at least, I don't know, experience what the fuck he was meant to experience in a way that wasn't so restrictive and combative. I guess he let go. And maybe he felt better after throwing up. Maybe the intensity kind of wore off a bit, but he was still there enough to like kind of let it wash over him and let the medicine do its thing. But I gotta be honest, I was not feeling very safe if I was about to do it again under those conditions and have this guy freak the fuck out. I mean, if he's gonna freak out on 25%, imagine what the fuck he could do on 100, on 100. And so I started getting my doubts again. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like if I'm out and under, am I gonna live through this? Is this guy gonna rip my fucking throat out? Is he gonna shit stomp everybody in the fucking room in a blind rage? But then I remembered that I'm like, you know what? You couldn't see anything. We can't see anything. You're gone. You're to me, I was in darkness. I was in all black. And so I started getting my doubts again. And I'm like, I don't know that I can do this with this guy freaking out like that. Like I may have to just like forfeit my ticket. And be like, you know what? That was enough. Because what I experienced was already scared me. I was telling myself, I'm like, God damn, if this is what I have to look forward to, like this is already a lot. This is so much. Like I think that I might be able to, like I think it might be okay and be like, you know what? I saw the universe, I saw God, I saw this shit, I saw this stuff within. I don't think I can handle the full show. By the time they got to the middle person, like this side of the room had already started to come out of it. So we were able to sit there and kind of experience everybody else that went into it. By the way, I did have them film my experience. It would be nice to see what happened to me because seeing some of these other people go under, holy fucking shit. I mean, this guy was the only one that truly like freaked out in a bad way that like made me uncomfortable. But a lot of other people, when they were going down, they were starting to go down in tears. They were like, you know, ugly crying and screaming, but like in a way that was cathartic. I didn't feel like they were going through any terrible shit. I mean, they might have briefly, because yeah, I mean, I experienced that, but like, you know, I saw some other guy and I saw him go down and he was a bucket full of tears the whole time. The whole fucking time. Especially when he came out and he kept getting pulled back in. He'd come out and be like, oh, I'm going back. Oh shit. Jesus, take the wheel. I'm going back in. Wow. Like 2 or 3 fucking times, the poor motherfucker. And I'm over here thinking, I'm like, God damn, you've gone through some shit. Because if I went through what I went through, I can only imagine. All right. So, we all come out of it. We all sit and process and take a step. It's already time to start going on to round 2. And round 2 is like the big showdown, okay? Shaman comes up to me and he's like, along with the girl, Mamalita. I'm like, I'm so scared. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm really fucking scared right now. I'm like, I know I have to do this. Because in my mind, I'm like, Jordan, you fucking came here to do this. You came here to work through your bullshit. You came here to do this fucking thing. And by doing it, you will prove to yourself that you can do this. You have to fucking do it. You're going to be okay. You might not feel okay in the moment. Like, but, and it's just like, I'm like, you know what? It's because you haven't been able to, you have not let go. You haven't let go. You haven't been able to surrender yourself to this fucking medicine, to this shit, to this experience. Because it's fucking difficult. It's fucking difficult. My ego just wanted me to like keep me pinned to this fucking earth. When I came back to the earth, it did feel good. I felt better to be on the other side of it, to not be in that moment anymore. I didn't fucking like it the first time. I didn't fucking like it. I liked the crying. I liked the emotions I went through because it felt cathartic. But the first time it was scary. And I know it was scary because I was holding on to shit. So many fucking people have hurt me. So many fucking people. And I didn't do shit. I just sat there with my hands covering my face and just telling myself, I'm like, dude, you are your own Wes Watson. You are Wes Watson. You are your own. Fuck this shit. Fuck everybody. Fuck all this noise. Fuck all these assholes. Get in there and fucking do this. And you know, the shaman comes over and I'm getting up and I tell him that I'm scared and that like, I don't know that I can. And I know I didn't let go the first time. And he's just like, man, take all the time you need. You know, you feel like you can't, you don't have to, you don't. But he's like, but the medicine won't work if you don't. It just won't work. But it's entirely up to you. And he's like, take all the time you need. And he sat with me and he let me breathe and he guided me and he helped me a little bit. And he handed me the piece, which just looks like a giant fucking dope pipe, by the way. It's an oil burner. It's meant to smoke, you know, not meant for this, but like, it's a giant fucking meth pipe. That's all it is. I take my deep breaths and I try to remove the debate in my head that I had that was like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Just let me breathe. And I'm breathing and I go and, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm in my head. I'm like, oh fuck, man, I'm not ready for this. Puts the fucking pipe up, lights that shit. And I'm just like cross-eyed looking down at the bowl. And it's a fat fucking bowl of this crystal. It's brown crystal. It's dried toad secretion, like, you know, this from their glands or whatever. I let out this fat breath, completely exhale, and then start inhaling slowly. And I'm just watching the smoke go and go. And before I did this, before I took the hit, I told him, I'm like, look, man, you're gonna need to lay me down. Because last time I laid myself down and that was okay, but I know that there's no way I'm gonna be able to like lay down. But they position you in a way that's like, if you fall back, falling back onto like a bunch of pillows, you're on a soft bed on the ground, you're safe. But I'm like, can you please just lay me down? Like, I need you to do that for me. And he's like, yeah, sure, brother, no problem. And I take in this fat fucking hit, and I mean, just absolutely destroyed that fucking bowl. And trust me, I've done dope before a million fucking times. Daddy knows how to clear a bowl or two, okay? And I give him the nod, and he's gonna lay me back, and I'm just like, oh God, and everything just goes black to purple to green and red and fucking all of the colors of space and nature and light and dark and good and evil and fucking up and down and like, holy shit. I start reliving every instance of trauma I've ever fucking lived in my life. And not in a way that maybe like see things happen. Of course, I heard my mom's voice. I could feel her presence. I could feel what she did to me. I could feel the things that I've held inside, that I've done to other people that I fucking regret. And this wasn't the most positive and transformative experience I've ever had. I can tell you firsthand, at least from my experience, because every single one of us talked about our experience after, and mine was definitely, it was traumatic, but in a good way. In a way that I needed to experience these emotions all over again. And if I didn't, I sure as fuck did. You know, it was it's very sad. And I was in a dark place. There was a lot of colors. Not so much, again, it was more of like, I didn't have a body. I was out of my body. I was gone. There's no such thing as my body, but like, I still experienced and felt all of the pain that I had been through, all of the good things about me. I definitely felt like there were a lot of messages that were trying to be conveyed to me that were supposed to be like lessons learned and giving me a choice what to do with it. But I don't think I still, in that second dose, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I don't feel that in that second dose, I was still truly able to let go, even though I thought in my heart and mind that I was going to be able to. And so I don't know if I did. They told me, they're like, it doesn't matter what you feel. They're like, the longer you hold on to not letting go, you're just prolonging the experience and prolonging the healing that this medicine can provide for you. But I know that I wanted to let go, and I did my best. And yeah, man, there were fractals and blooms of purple, and I felt like I was in this infinite void of space. flying and falling at the same time and going up and down and left and just inside out and just being like, rah, just absolutely being fucking emotionally and spiritually and just fucking psychologically being turned inside out over and over and over and over again. And I just kept blooming into each new like phase of emotions and traumas and happiness and sadness and darkness and light. Again, I don't know if it's because I have so much trauma or if it's because of like the intention that I set for myself, that I just kept blooming into like new phases and chapters of my life and like everything that was going on. And it was like, I was definitely scared a lot. There's a lot of fear, a lot of doubt. Then there was a lot of letting go. I was just getting pushed this way and pulled that way. And like, I was never able to sit in a thought or an emotion too long before something else took over and presented itself to me. I was just not allowed to. Like, I was flowing with space and time and everything that the universe was all at once. And I was a passenger. I don't know that I necessarily felt like I was becoming a part of the universe or like traveling back to being cosmic dust. Holy shit, I'm almost already back at my hotel. 4 minutes and I can eat some fucking In-N-Out. I know they told me that like the neuroplasticity in my brain is basically at its peak level over the next like 2 to 3 weeks, especially in the next 48 hours. And that like I'm supposed to be instilling good habits in my life and not fucking around like an asshole. But god damn it, I earned this fucking In-N-Out. Eat a dick. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yeah, the experience was, I guess, transformative in the sense that like I understand now that medicine that they call it has a lot to teach me. And I think that really what it does is it just opens my mind almost to its like fullest capacity to expose me to myself and to everything that's going on. Because in those moments, man, I'm telling you, I felt in that second dose that I was crying and I was fearful and I was a child again, going through all that shit over and over. And it's been a wild ride. A lot of stuff I feel like I forgot about, and it's not like I remember them like a video playing back, but definitely like you know, like how a movie makes you feel. Like there's moments in there that make you cry, and there's moments that make you laugh, and there's just like, you know, little heartwarming things, or just, you know, you get that fucking feeling. That's how I felt about the scenes in my life that I was going through. Now, as hard as it is to explain, I saw that even though if I didn't let go on this trip, I don't know that I would do this again. It was a lot. It was a lot. And with my ADHD and my my mind being running rampant, and me feeling like maybe I didn't surrender 100%. Maybe I couldn't let go. You know, I don't know that a second trip is really going to open up the door to the things that I didn't see the first time. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. Look, man, I feel it's like this. Bufo, on a ratings scale, I would 10 out of 10 not recommend. And I would 10 out of 10 fucking recommend. It's like, I don't know. You got to experience it for yourself. I think that like, if it is like what they say, where I am connecting to source, I am being opened up to the infinite realities and quantums and space and time and this and that and all. Like if I'm experiencing what it's like to die and be born again and like all of these things, like if that's just a glimpse, I mean, just a fucking of like what there is to look forward to, I don't know that like I want to do that again. If the next trip was exactly like this one, then probably not, because I've already had it and I don't need to do it again. Now, if I also feel too that like it's a little too early to say, I also feel like maybe I do want to go do it again at some point in my life. Now that I've had this experience, I don't think that anything is going to prepare me for the experience again, even this fucking trip. I don't think like I'm going to be a skydiver on his 900th fucking jump. I think that every fucking jump is only going to be a renewed experience every time, but it could be a different experience every time. And I almost am willing to try that again, because if I didn't let go this time, then I need to know. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to convey. I don't think I worked through anything. I'm still angry. I'm still kind of like this and that. And I get like, I don't think that for some people it's very transformative. For me, I think it was, I'm very thankful for the experience. It was terrifying, but it was also cathartic, and I'm so thankful that I got to experience and see what I saw. But you know, I was trembling in my own fear and joy and sadness and happiness at the same time. I could feel my body like not heaving or throwing up, but just like being over fucking whelmed with the flood of chemicals in my brain. It was like, 15 hits of ecstasy at once, followed by like a pound of mushrooms right here in this experience, and then like whoo, over here, and then whoo, over there, and just being fucking waterboarded with information about myself and my life that like I just was not privy to before. For some people, 10 out of 10 would absolutely recommend. I've got some friends in my life. And again, everybody's experience is different. So I'm saying that like, oh, you shouldn't do it based off of my experience. And that's not the case. I can't say that you're going to go through what I went through. But the girl, Lita, Mama Lita, she goes, I've done it a bunch, like a lot of times. And I got to be honest, that bitch was smiling a lot. She just looked so full of love and so happy and so comfortable and just okay with every little thing. And sometimes you look at people like that and you know that they've gone through, like, they've done a lot of drugs. She didn't seem like she was like, all fucked up in the head and like a pothead, or like somebody with wet brain, or somebody with like meth psychosis, where like the same drug over and over and over has fucked them up. She looks like she's been opened up to a lot of things over and over and over again. But she looks like she is better for it, and she feels good about it. And as much as a lot of people might give me shit for what I did, especially ones I love and care about and I'm the closest to, I don't really give a fuck what your opinion is. Like, save it. I think I would try it again, and maybe again and again. But I know that if I were to do it, I would have to come all the way out here, and I don't think I would do it in a group setting again. For sure, I think I would absolutely do a private ceremony, which is an extra $100, and I think that's well worth it. The group ceremony, with the way that I felt unsafe for a brief moment, for the way that like people were kind of disruptive and being chatty during other people's experiences. It's like, dude, like, fuck off. No, here's an extra fucking 100. Like, let's go into the next room and fucking, let's get this done. And then I think I'd be a little more open to it in that setting, but I wouldn't do it again in a group setting. So if it's a group setting with you and your friends, maybe. You and your family or whoever, maybe. Or even for sure. Because there were some people that were in there that were friends that had looked like a very fucking profound and transformative experience. Like, even though I experienced what I experienced, I saw some other people go through what they went through, and I felt so happy for them. I was like, holy shit, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude, get that shit. Get that shit, bitch. Get that shit, bro. Fuck yes. It was awesome. But knowing what I know now, I think I would definitely do a private ceremony. So I'm going to leave you with that because I don't have a lot to talk about. Maybe I'll bring this up in later videos. But this was a long video, and I'm going to have to chop it up. I love myself a little bit more. I'm still probably going to be a little hard on myself in some areas. I'll try to lighten up a bit. I can't believe my fucking mom did what she did. I know that much. Fucking hell. I felt like I experienced things all over again that I had just forgotten about for years. I mean, I just remember absolutely losing myself uncontrollably to an infinite world of sadness and darkness when I was there. And then other places, it was like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Oh! And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I'm back at the hotel. I kind of want to go home. I don't know that I want to stay at the hotel tonight by myself. I feel like if I do that, I'm probably going to do what I'm not supposed to do, and that is drink. Um, because I really, a beer would sound fucking amazing, but my guy's like, don't go home and have a fucking beer. Like, don't do that shit. Like, make good choices right now. You're in a neuroplasticity stage where you should start to try to reintroduce good habits. And I understand I'm gonna go eat in and out, but you need to reintroduce good habits or start to kind of stick with them. Like, you should move more, go work out, start journaling, do the things that you said that you're gonna do. Like, this is an opportunity. Like, your life starts now. No matter what happened in your experience in your journey, you're at a crossroads where you have a choice for your life to start again now. And I'm going to try my best to integrate that into my life and move forward. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, and it may take a few fucking trips like this to go through it. I can tell you one thing. I went through more emotions and more realities and more timelines and fucking existential crises in whatever it was, 20 minutes, than I've been able to go through in the past 42 years of whatever fucking processing I've ever been able to do on my own or through therapy or through any of that shit. And so whether or not this was very therapeutic or fucking good for me, or it's going to change my life for the better or some shit, that doesn't fucking matter. I was able to stop for a minute and see everything. And even if it wasn't everything that I did see was enough to say that fuck me running. Like, there's so much more to be done here, and there's so much more to explore. And for me, 10 out of 10, knowing what I know now, fuck, I guess I recommend. I want to do it again, but I'm not there yet. I'm still within like a couple hours of doing it. So, and yeah, I can drive. I'm fine. We're all good to go. Like, took a minute. I'm like, holy shit, there's no way I could fucking drive today. And then eventually it wears off so fast, which is nice. That's really nice. So, anyways, fuckers, I think that's it. I got nothing else. I'm just rambling on at this point. I gotta fucking go to the bathroom and I gotta do some shit. So I gotta pack it up and get in the car and drive the fuck home. So maybe I'll do another video, but I think I might want to just listen to some music and enjoy the rest of my day and see if there's a fucking In-N-Out on this side of the goddamn state. Holy shit, I'm in the middle of fuck all nowhere. All right, that's it. That's it. That's all I got. All right, go have a beautiful day. Bye.